Hey everybody, this is already terrible. This is my first video of this channel, and for that reason it's going to be probably kind of cringy. I've worked with YouTube videos all in the past, and I even work on one actively now with my fiance, but it feels very different to already just be on my own. And the funny thing is, I've thought about doing this for the last 3 years. I've gotten multiple different cameras, and every time I told myself when I get that newer camera, it'll finally push me. Every time the new year came, I said, yeah, it's finally the time to start. And every time I had a little bit of free time, I said, this is the moment I'm gonna do it. And the funny thing is, none of those ever mattered. None of them ever actually pushed me to do it, until I was sitting in my bed last night reading this book, Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. And I've read lots of books about motivation and all that kind of stuff, but what struck me about this book was just how much I actually resonated with it. And the thing is, I read the book, I continued to get this feeling in the pit of my stomach that I've had before, and I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But if you haven't heard of the book Show Your Work, from what I've gathered so far, and I'm only 3 chapters in, and I've only heard one person kind of give their thoughts on it, it's basically a book that kind of helps to push you to do something, with the idea that you just show your process, that you don't need to do anything so fancy other than just show what you do and show who you are, and how just the act of starting to do that will help you grow into actually doing something even cooler, maybe something you've never thought about doing before. And it's kind of funny because the reason I even got this book was because I was searching online for jobs to apply for as part of my freelance gig as a video editor, which is also very new to me within just this last year too. And in one of those videos, I saw they used a reference to Ali Abdaal's channel, if you ever heard of him, and now I have to say I'm kind of hooked. And he talked about this book and how amazing of a book it was, and how influential it was in his life. And I thought, yeah, for $10, let's order it and let's just see what I can do, because I said, I've thought about this so much, and yet I've never done anything about it. And more lately, as I've been working in my freelance gig, every week that goes by, I kind of kick myself a little bit more and more, thinking, you need to start this, you need to do this. And every once in a while, I get that feeling that I was talking about earlier, that undescribable feeling that over time I realized was really this deep feeling of motivation and inspiration to finally do what I really want to do, and finally make something cool, and finally believing in myself enough to actually make it happen. Except the problem was, I'd always sit on it, I'd always wait on it. I'd think, oh, this is great, I can do this, and I'd write down my ideas, and it'd sit on a notebook, and I'd go back and look at it 2 days later, and that feeling would be gone. And over time, this motivational feeling started to also get coupled with this feeling of dread, because every time it happened, I knew I wouldn't do anything about it. I'd feel motivated, I'd think about it, I wouldn't be able to sleep for days because of this mind-blowing idea and feeling I had of being so motivated, but I wouldn't do anything. And then days later, it would die out, and I wouldn't feel motivated anymore. And in fact, I'd feel less motivated because I felt so bad about myself for not just doing it, not just getting to it. And so what makes this time different? This time is different because for the first time ever, out of all these times, over the last 3 years that I've had this motivational feeling, I actually just wrote it down. For the first time ever, instead of sitting in my bed having this feeling and thinking, wow, this is a great idea and I can do this and this will be great, I'll get to it tomorrow. For the first time ever, I just grabbed my notebook and a pen and wrote down what I wanted to say to you. In a sense, what I wanted to say to myself, because by putting it on paper, I could actually feel myself doing the work instead of just thinking about the work. And so that's really all this channel is going to be. That's all I hope for it to be, is simply a place where I can show you guys my work. I can show you what it's like to do whatever it is that I'm doing. And it's essentially a vlog, but I hope that it can grow into a lot more than that. So at the moment, it's about reading this book. It's about what will I learn through the next, I don't even know, next 140 or so pages of this book. What will the book teach me? And hopefully I'll get to go over that process with you exactly as it describes to do, and say what I learned. And hopefully that helps people like you who are interested in the book, or just need someone like you to motivate them and really take that next step. And after that, maybe it'll be showing you how I make the intro for this channel and the struggle it'll be to get over myself about my design choices, because I am so hard on myself and I never can just be happy with what I make. I always think it needs to be the next level instead of just being happy with it. And so we'll see. And so I hope you enjoy like this ride that I'm about to start with this channel. I hope that it turns into something really cool, but most importantly, I hope that it just lets me be honest to you and to myself about what the process of getting started with a YouTube channel and with your own kind of like self-business discovery is really like. And so to me, that's like super duper exciting. So welcome to the channel. It's really simple. For the future, I have lots of other goals, not just for this channel, but for some other channels that I have in my head. And hopefully this will kind of be that first step to really pushing myself through it to actually show my work to you guys. So yeah, welcome. Thanks for listening to my little YouTube rant that really means next to nothing, but it at least means something to myself, because for the first time ever, I actually did what I was thinking instead of just thinking about it. And for me, that's a huge step. And maybe that's just the step that you all need to take too, if you can kind of resonate with what I'm saying. I'm super excited about this process going forward, and hopefully I can make some at least cool and entertaining videos for you guys to watch as I go. Thanks. Well, I'll see you next time.